Hello and welcome to a video about Jaguar accessories for the Jaguar X-Type. So I bought a Jaguar X-Type in March of 2014, so I've had it for about 6 months now, and over those months I've been finding little things to add to the car that I think have improved its physical appearance, and I'm going to reveal some of those secrets to you today, all apart from one of the additions. Won't break the bank. Some of them are very cheap and they make a big difference to the appearance of the car. So this picture has two changes in. The most obvious one is the gear knob. So this is a gear knob by Momo, which I bought off eBay for £16. And I really wanted a gear knob that had a little bit of wood on it. And even though this wood doesn't match the rest of the car, it's it still looks pretty good, I think. And actually, if you look at the S-Type Jaguars, they have, I think, a lighter colour wood than the rest of the interior wood, so it doesn't look completely out of place. And actually, one of the things I like about this gear knob as well is that the underside of it is sort of chrome coloured, which is the same as the part that you attach it to on the existing gear knob assembly, or whatever you want to call it. Second thing you can see in this is a wood ashtray cover. So my ashtray cover and the ashtray cover as standard is a sort of grey matte thing, but mine was badly scratched, so I bought a replacement off eBay again for about £20. So another thing I bought off eBay, and I think I paid £8 for 4 of them, and that's these green centre caps for my alloys. So my paintwork, as you've seen, is I think emerald fire green, and these match quite nicely. So I bought this cargo net off eBay for about a tenner, I think, and it just clips onto 4 corners inside the boot and keeps this power pack in place. So this was pretty good. And actually, just behind that, I've got a Jaguar bag, which I paid a little bit too much for. I think I paid about £40 for it, and it's a leather bag, and I've got like a pump and a picnic mat in it, I think. So I think this is one of the things that makes a significant difference to the external appearance of the X-Type, and that is the chrome surrounds of the rear light clusters. They cost about 30 quid. You can get them from the Adamesh website, or you can definitely buy them on eBay. You know, people do try and sell them for a bit more than other people, so make sure you shop around. They should be about £30 or £35. And the second thing in this video is my fitted number plate, which I got off eBay. I think it cost about £13. And so, like the rear chrome surrounds, I've also got some front chrome surrounds. When you look at the pictures online, they don't actually make the car look very different. But now that I've got them, I notice them, and I quite like them. I would say these were probably the hardest add-on to fit on the car. And a couple of them in particular, I was getting a bit nervous because I was having to sort of take it off and put it back on again, and you're not really supposed to do that. But the 3M tape takes a while to sort of cure and fix permanently, so you do have a little bit of time. So at the time I bought these, I think the cheapest price was on eBay, and I think they cost about £35. One of the first things I did when I got this car actually was to buy new interior mats, and I bought them from the Jaguar dealership. They cost about £105, I think. I thought they were going to be the ones with the logo embossed on them, but actually I think that those ones are the lambswool mats, which I think maybe are a lot more expensive. If I'd known I was just getting these regular mats from the Jaguar dealership, I would have bought them off eBay, because I've found sellers on eBay that's selling brand new sealed packs of these mats for about £50. Now this edition is definitely not going to be to everybody's taste. So I've got a steering wheel cover, and it doesn't match any of the wood in the car. It also slips to the right over time, and I think I paid about £25 for this from a foreign seller. The ones you can buy in England tend to be grey, and I think actually grey or black actually, and you can get a black one for like £5. Now this edition is probably quite expensive for what it is, and that's these little tread plates that you can stick inside the sills of the front and the rear of the car. So I had front ones as standard, and I didn't have them in the back, so I found some on eBay for 20 quid, and I think they were from an S-Type. They're actually a slightly different finish to the ones in the front, but unless you to open both doors at the same time, you're definitely never going to notice that they're different. And the way I've attached these to the car was using little 3M squares. I made sure I got proper 3M squares, otherwise the adhesive's probably going to be useless. Now this is quite an expensive add-on and a bit of a hassle to fit, but this is the Jaguar audio connectivity module, and it allows you to attach your iPod, iPad or iPhone, and these retail, I think, actually at nearly 400 quid. I phoned my Jaguar dealership and they said they would give me like a 50 quid discount, and this is just for the parts, this isn't including the fitting. And I think in the end I opted for one off eBay, and it was still used, it was still 300 quid, but it came with all the instructions and everything, so it was just a 50 quid saving. And it's quite involved because you have to take the entire center console out, you have to take your radio out, but it's useful if you're the kind of person like me. I mean, every car that I've had, I've fitted a radio that's allowed me to attach an iPhone, so I really needed this. So when I was cleaning my car one day, I noticed that one of the fog lights had smashed. And in fact, when I compared the two front fog lights, they were by different manufacturers. So there's obviously something that happens quite regularly. And I decided to replace them with LED fog lights. Again, you can buy these from like Adamesh, and they're like, I can't remember the exact price, but I think maybe they are close to 50 quid. But you can buy exactly the same thing on eBay for £20. There's a chrome surround around the indicator light, and I think these are from a company called Adamesh. I could have bought them from the Adamesh website, but I think they were maybe £1 cheap or something to buy them off eBay. One of the nicest additions that I've made to the car is these little leaping Jaguars. So I think if you follow the Jaguar forums and stuff, you'll see that people stick these everywhere, and this is a common place actually to see them stuck on. And they just look really good. I think when I bought the indicator surround, the picture had one of these Jaguars in, and I just couldn't resist because they look so good. And so there's a couple of things to say about these. They're not tremendously high quality, I don't think. They do look pretty good close up, but you can just tell that they're not excellent quality. That part of the car as well is also slightly curved. You can probably avoid putting it on part of the curved surface, but I thought they looked best here. And the very tip of the Jaguar's head is doesn't make contact with the paintwork. To be honest, you don't notice it at all, but that's obviously not going to be to everybody's taste. Be very wary where you buy these from. The cheapest place that I found is Amazon. You can actually buy a pair of these Jaguar things for about 3 quid, okay? And exactly the same thing is for sale on eBay, up to about £40. Thanks for watching. If you've got any comments, including any additions that you've made to your Jaguar, then please leave a comment below.